Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Ihsan Effendi. Di sini saya akan menginterpretkan atau menerjemahkan seorang interpreter yang berbahasa Inggris ke dalam bahasa Indonesia. Selamat menyaksikan.
Hi everyone, my name is Asrita, and I'm going to start off my talk by giving all of you a little personality test. Now, I want you to imagine that you're at a party with your friends, chatting and interacting with other people. Now, at this party, are you the one to lead the group conversation, making everyone laugh with your funny and humorous nature? When the music's playing your favorite song at full volume, are you the one to get up, start dancing, creating attention as everyone crowds around to watch your moves? If this is highly relatable to your behavior, in that you get a lot of your energy from being surrounded by other people, then you're an extrovert.
Nama saya Asrita. Saya akan mulai dengan tes kepribadian kecil. Bayangkan kamu di pesta bersama teman-teman. Apakah kamu yang memimpin obrolan dan membuat orang tertawa? Apakah kamu yang langsung menari saat musik favorit diputar? Kalau iya, kamu seorang ekstrovert.
On the other hand, maybe you're enjoying this party at first. But if you're anything like me, 1 hour later, you're probably sitting in a quiet area, pretending to text someone, when secretly you're praying to God that this will end so you can go home, read a book in bed, or watch Netflix. And if this is highly relatable to your behavior, in that continually having to build up conversation with others is tiring for you, then I can relate, because like me, you're an introvert.
Kalau kamu seperti saya, mungkin kamu awalnya menikmati pesta, tapi sejam kemudian kamu duduk diam, pura-pura main HP, berharap bisa pulang, lebih suka baca buku atau nonton Netflix. Kalau kamu merasa seperti ini relate, sesuai, berarti kamu introvert seperti saya.
So, despite these contrasting differences displayed between introverts and extroverts, it's not to say that a person can't be both. Although I am primarily an introvert, I do have some extroversion in me. I enjoy being encompassed around a small group of individuals. Nevertheless, I love spending time to myself as it helps me function and think better. Loud, crowded areas is not my go-to place, and for me, giving a talk in front of 500 people is much less stressful than having to mingle with all those people afterwards.
Seseorang bisa punya sisi introvert dan ekstrovert. Saya sendiri introvert, tapi senang dalam kelompok kecil. Saya tetap butuh waktu sendiri untuk berpikir dan recharge. Tempat ramai bukan tempat favorit saya. Memberi pidato di depan 500 orang masih lebih nyaman dibanding harus berbaur setelahnya.
So, despite these, so although I'm proud with who I am right now, for an extensive part of my life that wasn't always the case. My years of elementary school were filled with shame and self-hatred because I deeply desired the social attention that most extroverts get. Now, these feelings all started 8 years ago when my family made the decision of moving from Mississauga to Markham in the summer of 2009. I was starting my first day of elementary school at my new, first day of fourth grade at my new elementary school, and I was very nervous to make new friends. I was quiet and kept to myself a lot during my first day of school, which is normal for every new student. I mean, who doesn't, right? However, this introverted behavior of mine didn't change much throughout the years, and it was more displayed in school situations. I refused to raise my hand up in class, and whenever given the opportunity, I'd always choose to work alone on assignments, mostly because I think better alone. So, because of this, I was constantly told by others to come out of my quiet shell. At every parent-teacher interview, my parents would hear the same statement. Your daughter is very smart, but she needs to learn to talk more.
Masa kecil saya penuh tekanan sosial. Dulu saya merasa malu dan dibenci dan benci diri sendiri karena saya bukan orang yang mudah menonjol. Dimulai sejak pindah ke Mississauga ke Dimulai dari sejak pindah dari Mississauga ke Markham 2009. Hari pertama kelas 4 saya sangat gugup. Saya pendiam, tidak angkat tangan di kelas, suka bekerja sendirian. Tiap wawancara antara orang tua dengan guru, komentar guru selalu sama. Anak Anda pintar, tapi harus lebih banyak bicara.
So, my struggle in elementary school was to stand out in a community where everyone seemed to be extroverts. The friends that I made were so much more social and outgoing than I was. And I grew up in a pretty extroverted family. I mean, my parents, sister, cousins were all talkative and likable people. And I hated it when people compared my level of socialization to my sister. Like many, I'd hear the same statement. Asrita, your sister is so funny and talkative. Why are you so quiet?
Saya tumbuh di keluarga ekstrovert. Orang tua, saudara, sepupu saya semua cerewet dan super. Orang-orang sering membandingkan saya dengan kakak saya. Kakakmu lucu dan suka mengobrol. Kok kamu pendiam sih?
So, through all these experiences, I'm sure you can understand that I was considered a worrisome case in the eyes of all these people. However, these people are blinded by the fact that there are a lot of benefits to being an introvert like me. Facts have stated that introverts have a great imagination, we're very creative, we're very observant, introverts think before they act, and we're great listeners. So, through all these amazing benefits, why has society put so much importance and value on extroverts and being extroverted?
Introvert juga punya kelebihan. Orang tidak sadar bahwa introvert juga punya banyak kelebihan, seperti kami imajinatif, kreatif, pengamat yang baik, dan pendengar yang luar biasa. Kami berpikir sebelum bertindak. Jadi, kenapa masyarakat selalu mengagung-agungkan kepribadian ekstrovert?
Now, I must say at this point of my talk that I'm not suggesting we bring down the extroverts or anything, because I love social and outgoing people. Nevertheless, I find that I'm constantly asking myself, why must I change my personality type in order to fit society's norm? Unfortunately, I believe the core problem starts with our schools, as they are only designed for extroverts. Teachers feel as though the ideal student is one that can raise their hand up in class, direct others what to do, and is pretty much talkative. When you enter a typical classroom, you'll see pods of desks together in groups of 4 to 5, so that peers are forced to chat and interact with one another, which is amazing to a certain extent. But for introverts who just want some peace and quiet sometimes, not so much. Even the valedictorian awards and position of class president are given out to those who are more social, outgoing, and let's face it, pretty much popular.
Saya tidak benci ekstrovert. Saya suka orang yang sosial dan menyenangkan. Tapi, kenapa saya harus ubah kepribadian agar diterima masyarakat? Masalahnya ada di sistem sekolah. Guru menganggap murid ideal adalah murid yang angkat tangan, berani memimpin, banyak bicara. Lihat saja pengaturan di kelas. Seperti meja dikelompokkan agar anak-anak dipaksa untuk ngobrol. Posisi penting di sekolah, seperti presiden kelas dan lain-lain, sering diberikan ke yang populer dan sosial.
So, this brings me to the question you've all been waiting for. What now? I believe that teachers should stop with the pressure for group work and collaboration, because as amazing as it is to share opinions and ideas with others, like the great Susan Cain once said, solitude matters, and for some, it's like the air we breathe. So the more freedom we give introverts to be by themselves and work by themselves, the more creative ideas and problems they'll be able to solve, whether it's with school or something even greater. So before I leave this stage,
Lalu, apa yang bisa kita lakukan? Yang bisa kita lakukan adalah yang pertama, kurangi tekanan kerja kelompok. Terus yang kedua, seperti kata Susan Cain, kesendirian itu penting. Bagi sebagian orang itu seperti oksigen. Yang terakhir, kalau introvert diberi ruang sendiri, mereka bisa lebih kreatif dan produktif.
there's one more message I want to send across, and that's for all of you to understand and appreciate your own personality traits. Don't try to change yourself in order to fulfill everyone else's desires. And by doing that, we can open and create a world that accepts all types of verts. Thank you very much.
Pesan terakhir saya, kenali dan hargai kepribadian dirimu sendiri. Jangan ubah diri hanya untuk menyenangkan orang lain. Dengan begitu, kita bisa membangun dunia yang menerima semua jenis, introvert, extrovert, dan ambivert. Terima kasih banyak. Sekian video kali ini. Terima kasih sudah menonton. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.